Hello everyone, this is Sandra at the Whispering Well. So today I thought we'd have a look at part of my crystal collection. And this is my quartz collection. So there's some clear quartz, there's a piece of smoky quartz and a couple of pieces of rose quartz that I've managed to find anyway, because I'm going through some of my crystals, and I know I have probably a couple of pieces more somewhere else, but anyway, we will have a look at what I have here. So shall we start with the little ones? So this is a piece of this actually is not, this is citrine, but it's like a crackle quartz, because look at all of this inside this guy. He's got loads of little rainbows in him as well, look. So cool. It's double terminated too, but he's not like big. But I think it's a nice little piece, that one. I mean, some of these I've had for years and years. Let's have a look here. I've got several of these, like these pieces. This is a Lemurian Quartz. It is almost water clear apart from the tips, and you know it has ridges in it, which is characteristic of the Lemurian Quartz. Sometimes they're more pronounced than others, and this has got like a little baby that was growing on it as well. So cool, this little nodule just growing off of it. So that's one of those. Here is another, and they kind of, on the side where the ridges are on the Lemurian Quartz, it's kind of more dull. It's not like dead shiny like some quartz that you see. It's kind of tends to be a little bit more dulled. So you kind of feel like you want to polish it, but that's just how it is. It's a Lemurian Quartz, and look, there's some little babies growing on that too. Like little babies here. I love these. Two more. So we have this one too. They feel so nice too, these. The ridges there are a bit more defined. They feel so good in your hand though. That's another one. And then lastly I have a slightly bigger one. And look, again we have another little one growing on the side. So it's very cool. So that's those. And we'll put this little guy over there as well with. So that's that one. Then I've got, now this is what they call an Elestial quartz crystal, and it has inclusions, and I can't remember if this is the one that is an anhydro, which means it's got like a little bit of water inside it. It's really hard to like catch the bubble, but that's quite cool because that piece of water that's in there is thousands, if not millions of years old. So this one, you know, even though it's not like they're not like the prettiest of crystals, but they're cool. Look at all these little like triangular shapes on the back. You can just about catch. I get it in the right line. But there are all these little, yeah, triangular shapes on the back. It almost reminds me of watching like a science fiction program when you see the controls of a spacecraft or something. So cool. So there's that one. Then I have this one, and this one just is, so look at the way it's almost been carved, but it looks like a little UFO, I think. Like a little sort of more shaped one with different sides that you could imagine, or I could imagine anyway, on a science fiction program. And look at these, with all of these pieces in it. It's like it's been carved like that. And I got this as an Elestial, but it's really, and it has the energy of this one. It's really like it's properly alive. I mean, I know crystals, you know, were alive, and because they grew on rocks or wherever, you can see where this one has been taken off. But just look at the shape of it though. It's really strange, isn't it? But I love it for that though. Anything odd, weird. And I don't mind about them being chipped or whatever. It doesn't bother me. Some people like them to be all nice and perfect, but you know, that's not always what sort of attracts me to things. Okay, so then I have these two. These are what they call garden quartz. They just called them that because they've got like stuff growing inside, like a green colouring. I don't know if it's green tourmaline or something like that growing inside of it. You see, and there's a chip on this one, but I don't mind that. It doesn't bother me. And being a bit chipped. This one is even more chipped. And this again has got like tourmaline, I think, growing inside it. So they're quite cool, these ones. So there's those. Now this one I've had for years, and this is a Smoky Quartz. And again, it might not be the prettiest. You can't stand it up because it's just been broken off at the bottom there, but I really like it, and I've had it. It's got like a key. They sometimes call these crystal keys when they've got marks like that in them, where they say, depending on your beliefs and things, that if you are able to kind of tune into these things, that they hold knowledge from either like star people or people from places like Lemuria or Atlantis, that type of thing, that it holds knowledge a bit like, you know, like the Akashic records do, and that if you're the right kind of person or have the right gifts or whatever, that they say you can access this knowledge through crystals, or certain crystals anyway. But yeah, this one is a Smoky Quartz. Then we have a little, now they call these spirit Quartz, and this is like a lavender colour, Spirit Quartz, and I love this because it's a twin. I also love the colour because it's like got this, well, lavendery colour to it. It's got some bits from the rock and stuff stuck to it, but I don't mind that. But these ones are dead sparkly because of all these little crystals all here, and these are called Spirit Quartz. And like I said, this is a lavender one. This is obviously where it's come off of the actual rock. I mean, it's a twin, and we've almost got like a third one here, but it's so cool, the shape of those. But yeah, it's really nice. I've had this one a long time too. Another one, this one I remember buying it from a crystal show, because I used to go to some of the crystal shows. It's where I used to get I used to be a dealer that did Briselli bluestones, so I used to buy a lot from them. But of course, with COVID and everything, they're not doing the shows now. But yeah, so this one, we've got the larger crystal point, and we've got all these little ones growing off of this area here. There's just loads of little points just growing off of this, and it was just sitting there in this little box on one of the dealers' tables, and I thought, oh, that just looks so cool with all these little ones growing off of it. And this big one has even got a little tiny baby attached there. But yeah, it's a cool one. So that's that one. Then we get into the slightly larger ones. Oh, we'll show you this as well. This is not quartz. This is a quite large piece of the name's gone completely out of my head. Super 7. This is a Super 7 crystal again, which I got from one of the shows that I used to go to. Crystal shows, and that's where this one came from. And it's a combination of 7 different crystals, which is why it's called the Super 7, and it feels so good. It feels like a lot of energy in this, and it's almost a twin. You've got this little tiny one there too, so there is that. Again, not quartz, but still cool stone. So then we have the larger pieces. So we have this one. Again, it has some inclusions in it, but look at those rainbows in the top. And there, when you catch the light correctly. But I love sitting with like quartz and just sitting with it in your hands, or like meditating with it. And this one, you can sit there like with your eyes open and kind of stare into it, because you can, or I can, it's like scrying, like I can see things in the quartz, like a little land all of its own in there. So there's that one. I'll show you my big, huge piece. This is the largest piece I've got of quartz, and I don't know if you'll be able to quite see, but let's take the camera out a little bit. So yeah, so this is a big point, like an obelisk, and she is huge. She's heavy too, and does have some inclusions, and this is all rainbow sparkly here. But I'll tell you the strange thing about this one. When I got her, I'm saying she because I kind of, you know, they feel either female or male to me. I know it's probably weird. She didn't have this. when she came to me, and I just had her on my like altar area, and it was like she continued growing inside, like, because she was definitely different, like all of this part here, and she's not broken or been dropped or anything, and it was just like she'd carried on growing. She'd just changed. It's really, really strange. But she'll stand up at the base there, and like I say, there's inclusions in her. She's not perfect, but to me she's perfect, and I think her point is a little bit chipped, but yeah. So that is a really huge one, which I'll put to the side. Here is another one that I got at one of the shows, and this is like very, very cloudy quartz, sort of a candle quartz, cathedral quartz. I think cathedral quartz is probably the correct name for it. And yeah, again, this was just sitting there, and I think I only paid about £8 or something for this at the time. I mean, now you'd pay a lot more, because I have noticed the price of crystals has gone up quite a lot. But you know, I kind of like these ones where they're just polished at the top, and the rest has kind of been left a bit rough, because you do tend to get like more of the rainbows that way. So yeah, this one I've had quite a long time too. And there's that. Other one. And this one, I used to buy crystals from somebody online that had like a Facebook group, and you know, he would just post crystals on there, and you could just message him if you wanted particular ones, and that's what I used to do. And you can see all the rainbows in this one in the top section. This is again another good one for like scrying with, like looking into. So good. And then we have these two are like my prized possessions with my quartz collection. This one is almost water clear. It's the clearest I have, and I know this is a genuine crystal. This is not glass. You do have to be careful with some places, particularly some of the ones in China. If you get them from eBay, they can be glass. This one was from a proper crystal dealer, so this is a proper clear quartz, and I mean, it's water clear, isn't it? Just with bits here where that's really how you can tell that it really is quartz, because of some of the little bits of inclusion and rainbow bits in it. But that is like my prized piece, because I've got no others that are crystal clear, you know, water clear like this, and been shaped and everything. So that one is like a prized possession. This is another one that is like a prized possession, and I love it, the shape of it. And I bought this in Glastonbury a few years ago when I went there. It wasn't with any of the tarot meetup groups, it was before that. And the shop that I really love that's there, Elestial, I got it from there. The last couple of times that I've been, not been able to go there because with COVID they're only like letting 1 or 2 people into the shop at a time, so there's always a huge queue, so I've not been able to go in there. But this one, I love it. When I saw it there, I had to have it, and it wasn't like stupidly priced either. It was really good, but it is another one that you can kind of go into and just sit there looking, but it's lovely to hold. I'm sorry about the scratching in the background, it's one of my cats. So sorry about the noise, but yeah, this one I love it too. So those two are like my prized pieces of like clear quartz really out of all of them. And then I've got some rose quartz. So I've got a rose quartz sphere, which again has some rainbows in it. So cool. It's like a little planet, isn't it? A pink planet. But that's another one that I really like too. And then the other two, these also came from Glastonbury, and these are rose quartz, but they're what you call star rose quartz, because you can see where the light goes, and when you get it in the right position, it makes like a cross. And these are like quite sort of clear, you can almost see through them. I think sometimes they call these jelly rose quartz, because you know they're a little bit different to like this one. But you can make a cross with the light. As the light moves, like you can see it moving there, when you get it in a particular position, another line comes across and makes like a cross. So that's that one. And then I've got another piece that I got on the same day from Glastonbury, from Elestial. Again, they're a really good crystal shop on the main high street, sort of just across from the Georgian Pilgrims, just around the corner, just on the bend. So yeah, Elestial, they're a really good crystal shop. And again, this has got rainbows in it too. I love it. So yeah guys, so that's just a few of my crystals, mostly quartz. And yeah, I just thought you might like to see them, and at some point maybe I'll show you some of my other crystals too. If you're interested, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, hopefully I will talk to you soon. I'm sure I'll be back with a walkthrough pretty soon too. Bye.